Hi guys. So it's Monday the 28th. 28th, yeah. Um, so I did record a video for last week, but I had some sound issues with my microphone and I had the wrong mic hooked up and I just never got around to re-recording. Uh, Disclaimer, my eyes look bloodshot, not because I was smoking weed. No, I wish I was. Today I'm having weird ass eye problems. I've been having it all day, and plus I'm sick and fucking. It's a weird day. Kids are making me tired. Anyway, so um, I haven't been able to get to the gym as much as I'd like to. I have done stuff, but I haven't gone and did like a independent workout. I don't know what it is. I like a combination of depression and just holiday shit. There's like crap going on. Um, food's good. I'm staying in a calorie deficit every day. Um, what else? So Aiden actually came up to me and asked me if I would help him with losing some weight at the beginning of the year. I explained to him that you don't have to wait till the beginning of the year, and he just said he'd rather do it. Okay. So I'm going to help him do that. He had watched some. Well, he got in trouble on Christmas. He decided he was going to tell Marcy he was ungrateful for all his presents, and so we ended up grounding the living shit out of him. Um, but he's been. So I told him he wasn't allowed to watch YouTube or Twitch, and he wasn't allowed to play games. So he has been watching this. I guess there's like some show on TLC or something called My 600 Pound Life or My 1 Ton Family or some shit. Anyway, he saw that and it was like someone just slapped him in the face. I learned a long time ago that you can't force someone to lose weight. They're either gonna even a kid. You try to force them to do that, they are not gonna try it, and they're gonna be sloppy, and they're gonna get hurt, and it's just bad. So that's some good news. He's expressed that he wanted to do something like that. So come January 1st, I'll include him on my workout regimen. There's not really much else to talk about. Christmas is always a hard time of the year for me, and this year is definitely no exception. Oh, let's see. Um, some real life friends of mine have started up a D&D game. We were waiting on our friend Pat, but he kept giving us excuses why he didn't want to do it for whatever reason. So we're just going to move on without him. Um, Looks like there's about 6 of us, which is awesome. Um, so definitely looking forward to that. That'll be taking place every other weekend. Let's see. Gaming wise, I haven't done much this week besides World of Warcraft. Well, I was taking up a lot of my time because uh, it's just, I don't know why. I mean, I don't even have to. I just have to log on to do my raid and my fucking mythic dungeons. But I end up, I found a guild that is fun to play with, so I end up just playing the game. Uh, so those of you, I mean, everybody's got to know this shit by now. Cyberpunk came out last month, and it was a fucking dog and pony show. Well, I guess not last month. It was like the beginning of December, I think. Holy shit, this game was launched like shit. Oh no, it did come out in November, didn't it? Yeah, it did. Mid-November, I think it came out. I can't remember exactly. Yeah, so the base PS4 version and the Xbox One version were just fucking trash, and like even the PC port was okay, but it was buggy as hell and it's not optimized. See, they stated if you have a certain amount of hardware, you can run the game, no problem. So if you take a computer with like my specs, which is I have a RTX 3080 and a Ryzen 5600X, 16 gigs of RAM, more than enough to run anything on the market right now. Cyberpunk, not even close. And I like in the busy sections of the city, with RTX on, it's like 45 frames or 50 frames per second or something. Now it's massively worse on console. Like I'm not saying that, I'm not. It sounds like a first world problem, but if you advertise the recommended specs, it should run at a minimum at 60 FPS all the time. Does not even close. I mean, if I'm not in the main city, central city area, and there's not a lot of people on screen, yeah, it jumps up like 78, 80, 90, but it tanks bad. They updated up. They sent a lot of updates for it, hot fixes and stuff. There was one hot fix though that did work for CPUs that ran at like between 4 to 6 cores. The game wasn't utilizing the entire CPU, so my GPU usage would be in the 99 100%, but then the CPU would only be at a 20 to 30% usage, and that's wasted hardware at that point, especially in a game like that, which is really heavily CPU bound. So I do feel for the people on console, definitely that pre-ordered the game. But if you did buy it on PlayStation, they did offer free refunds, and I think Microsoft did too. Not 100%. So I think everybody that did get it and that didn't want it, besides people on Steam, just want to be clear, because if you played it for more than 2 hours, Steam said no, thank you, fuck off. Which is so stupid because you could get more than 2 hours in a game before you really notice that it's a shit show. Quite honestly. Let's see. So, and that's not even including all the crashes. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, crashes. There was a spot where I crashed in the middle of a quest, and the game just literally would not load the save, no matter what I did. I redid my fucking cables. I cleaned out my computer. I did everything. I tested it on other games. It didn't fucking matter. It still crashed on launch every single time. And I don't have that problem with any games. None. So it's just, I don't know. CD Projekt Red's kind of really fucked themselves in a corner. And I haven't looked too much into it, but I've heard that they're getting sued by their stockholders, which is, pretty rough for them. I don't give a shit. They deserve everything they're getting. They should have delayed it more. And I understand that gamers are dumb and fucking ignorant, and they are bratty, like little spoiled, rotten kids. If you delay something, they're going to be like, oh my god, blah, blah, blah. They would have been better off. They would have saved them money in the long run. Sure, people might have canceled some pre-orders. So what? Let them. They should have delayed it another 6 months. It needed more time to cook, for sure. Especially a game as ambitious as, Cyberpunk. And not for nothing, but I mean the game's okay. It's a GTA futuristic game. That's it. Beyond that's it. If you like Grand Theft Auto, you like Cyberpunk. I don't personally give a shit. I'm gonna finish it because I bought it. Mainly because I have a lot of respect for Keanu Reeves. Honestly, GTA is definitely not my cup of tea. It's fun, I guess. To a point. I would not recommend buying. I would not recommend it to my friends at all. Not even close. Okay, so what else? World of Warcraft, we started heroic progression. I ended up almost making one of my guild members cry yesterday. Not that I give a shit, because she's not on our raid team. She's on the second raid team. Let's see. WoW's just more of the same, just raiding and getting everybody geared up through Mythic Dungeons. I did check out the Xbox Game Pass, so there's that. It's interesting, especially considering I'm not an Xbox console owner. But the PC one is definitely worth it. I mean, it's cheap as hell, and you're not streaming the game; you physically download them. So yeah, games that I probably would never have bought, and you get like the first 3 months for like $1 a month or some shit. It's like dirt cheap. So I definitely, if you have a PC and your PC is your primary game, or you own an Xbox, obviously, get it. It's dope. But it's literally like the best deal on the internet right now for gaming. Like straight up, especially because you can just try these games. There is this game that a friend of mine wanted me to check out called River City Girls or some shit like that. It's just a 2D, another fucking game where it uses 8-bit graphics for whatever fucking reason. Just a side, it's just like a side-scrolling beat 'em up. It's fine, I guess. Nothing innovative. Didn't, reinvent the wheel. It didn't do anything new. Would I have bought it? No. If it wasn't on Game Pass, I definitely wouldn't have bought it. It's an 8-bit side-scroller. Grew out of that shit when I was fucking 12. I mean, it's fine to, like, look back at those days, but it's another thing to, like, live there and only want to be there. Time to move on, move forward. Technology is growing by the day. Why are you limiting yourself to 8-bit graphics and boring, repetitive gameplay? I don't know. I don't think I'll ever understand that mindset. But hey, people, do what you want to do. You want to spend all your money on a bunch of 8-bit shitty one developer games? Knock yourself out. It's not shitty. It's just not. It doesn't do anything new at all. Zero. Nothing. I think it was made by the same guys who made Double Dragon. It's fine. At least Streets of Rage 4 did some new stuff. They definitely brought some new mechanics and stuff like that. That's the kind of way you remake a retro game. That's the way you do something like that. You don't only just like here's the same exact game but just has a different number. You don't do that. You try to do something new with it, innovate. And Street Fighter 4 did definitely innovated. So bravo on that one. That was a solid one. Even if you can't play as Max, which sucked. Oh, let's see. So yeah, I checked out Game Pass. Again, solid buy. I ended up picking up the Xbox One, the Series X controller for PC because there are some games that aren't compatible with my PS4 controller, and I'll tell you that controller is nice. I've been a PlayStation controller user for a long, long time, and that is mainly because I really enjoyed the Super Nintendo controller, which the PS controller is basically the same thing except with 2 more shoulder buttons. But the Series X controller is smaller, so it doesn't feel so bulky, which has always been one of my main complaints. I still think the shoulder buttons feel weird on those controllers. They still feel like goofy to me. But if I'm not playing a fighting game, if I'm playing an adventure game like Dragon Quest or something like that, like yeah, it's good. Oh, that's another thing on the Game Pass. It included the PC port for the definitive edition on Dragon Quest 11, which is nice because they added a bunch of stuff to that game, and I didn't want to buy it again. So that's good. Best of both worlds. Let's see. So I picked up that controller. I really liked it. Actually, let me see if I can find it. So this is the new one. It's hard to see because my camera sucks. But in my hands, it's just a lot more easier grip. And if you look at the old one, and again, I know the camera sucks because it's just a webcam that I'm using. Hold up. There we go. So this one is the one I was using. And this one is fine too. It's just bulky. Actually, let me see if I can tune the brightness. Hold on. Okay, there we go. So it's it's just bulkier. But if you look at this one, it's smaller, and I mean, not. It's not something that I would tell everyone to go out and buy, but It's got like like serrated grips for your hands. Not that I run into that many problems, but it's just nice. It's a nice feature to have. I haven't had a chance to pick up the PS5 controller, mainly because I don't really give a shit. The PS4 controller is fine for what I use it for. Um, but yeah, so I picked up that. I really liked it. It was dope. Oh, let's see. So yeah, me and Marcy were gonna go to Busch Gardens today, but when I woke up today, I had the worst stomach ache, and my eyes just won't stop watering. I think I'm pretty much due to get sick soon because I usually get sick around this time of year. I'm fixing to go back to work soon. The my unemployment benefits are about to wear out. Good old state of Florida. I do hope everybody's doing well. I know that for some people, this time of year is really scary, and especially with COVID. Just please be safe. Don't do anything stupid. Don't take any unnecessary risks. Nothing like that. Um, yeah, that's all I got. I'm hopefully gonna get back into the swing of things next week. I by no means am giving up. I'm not sliding back and eating a bunch of junk food. I am still eating fine. It's just this time of year is always rough, and finding time to exercise is even harder, especially with two kids and just like Marcy's family's in town, and there's it's just a lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff going on, but part of these are excuses. I need to just fucking suck it up and just go. So there is definitely accountability on my end. But yeah, and I have decided I don't think I'm gonna stream the raids until we start mythic progression because there's nothing to really offer heroic and normal, especially right now because we're trying to like fish through all these like new recruits, and man, some of these people are fucking terrible. Good God. If you guys mention that you want to watch it, I'll do it. But normal and heroic is boring. There's not a lot going on. These fights are. It almost feels like training wheels. They're just the stats on them are just overtuned. The mechanics are nothing. They're easy. It's just the enemy's health and the damage we're dealing is low, a lot lower than I think anybody was really expecting, and that has a lot to do with the fact that just not a lot of loot dropping. So okay, tomorrow's the weekly reset, so I'm gonna start fresh in the morning. So all right, and I'm in the middle of playing Dragon Quest 11. As soon as I finish the game, I will post bump my review on the game and what I thought of it. I typically play in between like WoW queues and stuff. It's that game is so fun because it's so easy to just pick it up for 20 minutes and put it back down, and you literally make decent progress. So if you like turn-based RPGs that don't require grinding, you really don't have to grind in the game like at all. As long as you have half a brain in these battles, I definitely recommend it. Did get confirmation they're making a new Street Fighter game. Again, I'm real skeptical because Street Fighter 5 fucking sucked. Yeah, so guys, be safe. I hope that everybody had a really good Christmas, and I hope that everybody stay safe for New Year's. Remember, do not drink and drive. Use Uber and Lyft. That's what they're for. Please, for the love of God, as a Uber driver, I'm begging you to fucking use them. Use them. It is not worth your life to go out. I'd rather you not go out at all with COVID. But if you're going to, and you're going to be smart, and you're going to, try to stay within your circles, your quarantine circles, please, for the love of God, use Uber. Fucking Christ. They are clean. They have to be clean. These Uber drivers have very strict rules that they can't even activate their app unless their car is clean, they have their mask on, all that stuff. Please, please, please use Uber. Don't drive. Don't drink and drive. Don't take any unnecessary risks. Don't fucking kill anybody else. Don't kill yourself. Be smart. Me personally, I outgrew fucking New Year's Eve about 10 years ago. But all right. All right, guys. Well, I'll see you next week, and I hope everybody has a nice, safe holiday, and good luck.